Hello everyone, Joy here. I'm back with this week's Minimalist home tour. Lately, my apartment's been pretty empty and I've been keeping it pretty clutter-free and clean, and that's completely on purpose because I found myself needing more space to really think and reflect and plan for the future. I don't know if you're aware, but I got one more year left in my school year, and after this year I don't actually have to physically go to my university. I just have to work on my thesis. Now I'm having to plan for the future and set up a strategy that works for my career. And I want to kind of relate how material possessions is sort of the same concept as opportunity cost. When you say yes to one opportunity, you're essentially saying no, or you have to give up another opportunity. And if I were to relate it to material possession, if I were to buy, I don't know, a beautiful pair of shoes, I'm taking that money to buy the shoes, and the shoes are beautiful. I'm going to feel beautiful in it. That's great. But what I'm also taking away from is I'm taking money from my savings to buy these shoes. Whereas these savings could be spent in the future when I want to travel to a country that I really want and have an experience of a lifetime. I think people have to understand that minimalism isn't an exercise in restraint, not as much as you would think. It's actually a exercise in opening your mind and sort of strategizing where you put your resources, how you want your life to be. So it's more of a self-reflection practice. And it's absolutely not a practice of lacking. It's actually practice of abundance. For instance, in the future, I would love to travel many countries in the world. And right now, the way my life is set up, I simply don't have the time or the time that I would take out to travel. It would be too big of a risk. Considering I have these other responsibilities, such as running a business and having to do home tours and school and so on and so forth. But the way I am able to not buy things that I don't need, get tempted into getting a better rental apartment or anything like that, is because I'm aware of what other opportunity costs are there if I were to get those things that I want on the surface level. So I know in the future I like to have I like to be in an even better financial situation, have higher net worth, and be able to afford travel, not only in terms of money, but also in terms of time. And so every time I'm not buying an item, I'm aware by not doing that, what other opportunity that I'm actually gaining. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's same thing in every aspect of life. For instance, let's talk about marriage, right? If you say yes to a marriage, you're saying yes to forming a family with somebody, right? And if you say yes to childbirth, you're saying yes to parenthood. And by saying yes to those things, which, by the way, no judgment on this part, okay? But as a child-free person who's not interested in marriage, I'm able to say no to the societal pressure. It's because I'm completely aware of what that would mean in terms of opportunity cost. As a woman, if you get married, you have to put your career in the back burner. Some people might claim, no, you don't have to, but you kind of have to. At least more than a man would. For instance, even if you have a partner who does everything else, you still have to carry the child in your body. You're still the one who have to go through labor, and you don't know the consequences of what that would do to your body. And also, anytime you take off, you don't know what they will do career-wise. You don't know how the people in the workplace will view you. Literally, I've had a couple of guys that I know have told me that they don't believe in hiring women because they have to get pregnant. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the harsh reality. I wish it wasn't so, but you have to be very careful about what opportunities or what stuff or what things or whatever that you're saying yes to, because that means you're also saying no to some of the other things. And we could bury our heads in our sand or in the sand and just be like, no, that's not true, and just live in this bubbly world. But it's just simply not true. And everything has an opportunity cost, and you just have to be really wise, and you have to be honest with yourself as to whether or not you're willing to make the sacrifice for the benefit, cost and risk. And that's just something that I want to talk about. And the reason why these kind of line of thought has been in my head lately is because someone has recently referred to me an opportunity. But I'm also aware that if I say yes to this opportunity that came up, that would mean I'd also have to give up a lot of other things that are already going on in my life. So it's been really sort of weighing down on me, and I might even do a live video just to talk to some of my subscribers as to what y'all think is the best course of action And by the time perhaps you watch this video, you would have been part of that live video. And I just want to tell y'all, you know, just because something looks gold and shiny doesn't mean that it's gold and shiny for you. Same thing with minimalism. Again, if beautiful pair of shoes give you happiness and it's worth more than other things that you might be interested in, then absolutely buy those shoes. But for me personally, when it comes to a lot of material possessions, they're simply not worth it as far as what they're demanding from me. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste my energy. I don't want to risk my future plans for career and travel and experiencing life and connecting with the world and continuing to have the creative freedom. And not many things in life are worth giving those things up for. Even if someone tells me that they're not, you know, these things are not going to cost me, I know that they're going to cost me. You know, and I keep telling my subscribers, and if you're a subscriber who's unfamiliar with my content, you might be like, why is she talking about these things? She should just focus on minimalism. But again, my life, my channel is more than just minimalism. It's actually about just being part of this life. And I've always seen myself as a artist, and ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to be a successful artist. For me, you know, having career and having creativity, being an artist, these two things go hand in hand, and all my decisions in the future will go along with that. And that's just something that I want to tell y'all. So, you know, whether it's your life plans or what you choose to do with your life, or how to keep your home, where to spend your money, things like these, every individual is unique, and I want you to kind of practice figuring out what you truly want apart from societal pressure. And I think that's why I'm so grateful for minimalism, because it has helped me practice sort of dealing with the pressure and the outside shame and, you know, and judgment that the world will give me for by simply existing in the way that I prefer that works for me. And it's a very good exercise, and that's why, you know, I'm a fan of minimalism. But then again, minimalism is just one of those many tools that you can use for your lifestyle. It's not a hill to die on. Just use it for your benefit, figure out what you want, and really genuinely take time and, you know, look inward to see whether or not what you think you want is what you truly want, or what the society tells you that you should want. Because for me, every single day I try and practice figuring out what it is that really feels right in my intuition and how I feel like my life is meant to be lived. So let's go to the home tour. Thanks for watching this intro. Hello everyone, it's time for this week's minimalist home tour. We'll start off in the bedroom, because now that we got the thumbnail shot out of the way, I'll put the laundry over here. Because if you notice, my bathroom looks actually a little bit cleaner than usual. And the reason is not because I folded a blanket a different way, but because I don't need the Wi-Fi router anymore. So essentially what happened was I noticed my Wi-Fi was essentially not working. It was connecting, but there was no internet. And since I had a free Wi-Fi, it's not really something that I'm paying for in this apartment, but it wasn't working anymore. But the thing is, I've got 5G on my phone, LTE as well, so I don't really need the internet at home as much. So I just never really used the Wi-Fi anymore. So I got rid of the router. It's actually in the kitchen cabinet. So yeah, now I'm going to have wireless bedroom situation, which I'm very, very excited about. Now let's look at my apartment from this point of view. Of course, I always have my laundry over here. Sometimes work laundry, sometimes personal laundry, and it's mostly personal laundry because yesterday I did not open my shop. Tuesdays are usually for classes, and although I'm on vacation, I just really want to take Tuesdays this summer to work on my book, which I did yesterday, and it felt really great. So I'm setting aside one extra day that would usually be spent on school, but these days I'm gonna spend it on self-development and future planning, and I absolutely love that. And these are summer clothes, and you know, and they're like underwear and pants and things like that. And someone asked me where my winter clothes are. They're in this storage, which is just my suitcase. I use that suitcase for everything. I have anything that I don't need right away, but I want to keep in there. So off-season clothes are in there. And over here, you'll see these two pants are out here because they actually need to be fixed. So I'm going to take these to a tailor pretty soon, not this morning because I actually have to rush. And then here's a little hairstyling tool. I have hairstyling tools at work that I use for work, but I rarely use this one at work, and so sometimes I keep this in my house because I need a styling tool sometimes if I have to go somewhere quickly while I'm at home. So let's go into the fridge. Obviously there's food trash, and then some ingredients that I could cook. And down here in this fridge, also some food and spam, and I did some cooking, and there's this kimbap that I'm going to take to work today. And yeah, that's what's going on. Let's go into the bathroom. And of course there's a foot mattress here, and any clean laundry that's dried I'll put in here. So once these things dry, and if I don't feel like folding them right away, I put them in here so I can always have a clean home. And that's kind of how I have that system set up. And I actually, since I took the day off yesterday, I was able to scrub the floor. You'll see that it's fairly clean today. I'm very happy about that. Last week there were some molds over there and things like that. So since, you know, we have a wet bathroom where the whole area gets wet, and we have a drainage down here, oftentimes if I don't ventilate enough, it's very easy to get some mold buildup. So it's very important to keep these things clean. So that's exactly what I did yesterday, and I feel very happy about my clean and little bathroom. And up here, I put away the things that I don't always need. For instance, my razor and Q-tips and extra toothpaste and brush over here. And also nose strips for filaments and things like that. I used to shave every single day, but I don't really do this anymore. I only shave when I feel like it, and I think that's kind of interesting. And down here, things that I access more often, obviously my toothbrush. I got myself a new toothbrush, and I love this green color. I don't know, like I'm feeling more eco, and you know, I don't know, green's my color. And so yeah, there's this toothbrush, toothpaste, and there's a makeup remover. I've already used all the remover before. I even put water in and then used it up. So I do try and use up my products, even though I'm a minimalist. I don't really declutter them until I've gone through them. That's why I only get one thing at a time if I can help it. Obviously, I have extra toothpaste, but I do go through toothpaste very quickly because I like to brush my teeth after eating anything and everything. Even like any sugary drink, the only time I might not brush my teeth is maybe after having a cup of black coffee. But otherwise, I always brush my teeth every time I eat or drink something. And yeah, so there's makeup remover. I like this white container aesthetic. I know it's a silly thing to point out, but it makes things look prettier, you know? And there's this new body lotion because I've used up the other body lotion. I love this. I think I like how it's like a smaller quantity here, so I'll go through these pretty quickly. And of course, I've got my face cream. I don't have the skin emulsion anymore. I used to use the emulsion and then the cream, but I realized this cream, because it's quite, I don't know, it's quite moisturizing. This is actually good enough to keep my skin pretty moist, so I don't need the emulsion anymore. So I'm not going to get it for now unless my skin starts getting dry, then I'll switch up my products and things like that. And that's another thing that I like to point out. You know, I've had eczema all my life, so I've tried so many different things, anywhere from like oriental medication, Western medication, to a whole bunch of different products. And in my experience, unscented ones work the best, and you know, good quality things that are like legitimately, you know, like they're, I don't know, they're approved by government and things like that. Those are usually better. And you know, something like this, like unscented ones are better. But sometimes I will develop some sort of immunity if I keep using the same product. In that case, I do switch up my products. That's why I don't really endorse one particular product. I just think that mild, you know, moisturizing things that are verified by science and that, you know, don't have a lot of scent, and just rotating these type of products, it's been very helpful for me. So that's what I would recommend. And then there's of course Vaseline for, you know, dry spots and things like that. So I ended up talking a lot about skincare today. And for those people who are new here, I got a mold killing solution and the big scrubbers for floors and toilet, and the smaller scrubbers for top surfaces. So that way I keep my entire bathroom pretty clean, and I don't have to use the same cleaning tool on the surface and things like that. So that's a bathroom tour. Let's go into the kitchen. And of course, I freely use my door over here as a hanger for easy access to a hoodie that I use often, backpack, and this cap. I like to wear this cap on my way to work, so you know, people aren't really staring at me, because It's a pet peeve of mine when people love to stare. But yeah, so over here is my kitchen. Those are my 2 shoes out here. I got one dressy work shoes at work that I just keep there because that one's got a little bit of a heel, so it's quite uncomfortable. I almost never wear it except at work, so that's that. And then of course there's my umbrella because it's been raining for a while. And then, let's go into the kitchen. I haven't done the dishes, so this is, this is my version of keeping a messy kitchen. If anybody was wondering how I'm always like perfectly clean, I'm not, obviously. Especially if you've been watching my channel, I have like 30 minimalist home tour. So yeah, I haven't done the dishes from cooking yesterday. And over here, I keep my trash, of course, down here, and then laundry detergent and extra set of trash bags behind there, and food trash bag, and this bug killing spray, and that's literally it down there. And of course the rubber gloves for washing dishes and things like that. Let's move up here. It's my kitchen cabinet. There's everything in there. I've got this like dried seaweed that I eat with my rice sometimes I snack on it, obviously. I got a bunch of Spam and also tuna, which I like, and there's toilet paper, which I use for pretty much everything from wiping down surfaces to, like a kitchen towel and so on and so forth. And then, there's this extra book. I usually keep a book in my backpack, but I actually took it out yesterday because I took my backpack when I went power walking to exercise, so I didn't want anything heavy. So I still haven't finished this book, so I'm going to do more reading as well, if I can, during Tuesdays or Sundays. And over here I got a bunch of miscellaneous items. For instance, this is like an adapter for all countries. It's like charging adapter. And I'm hoping I'll be able to use this more in the future, meaning I love to travel more. And of course there's, extra set of dish scrubber and this lid for one of the containers that I have. And, I keep my bag in here as if this is walk-in closet, which, why not? I walk to the closet. And yeah, of course, there's not much in here except some original documents that were here when I rented this apartment. Now, that's this week's Minimalist home tour. I hope y'all liked it. And I'm just loving all this empty space. This is what I love to see. See, this is what I see when I come home from work. Just like this. And, just plop. I hope y'all liked this week's video, and let's just go to the outro. So that was our minimalist home tour. I hope y'all liked it. If you liked it, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time with more home tour. Bye. Mwah.